Hey everybody, Bob Paskins here. Let's get ready for another 2-minute motivational drill. This week, we've been talking about the power of the trade-off. And when I say trade-off, basically, trade-off is an exchange for something. And we do that all the time. Whether we give money for groceries, or we lose sleep at night because we binge watch our favorite show, saw 5 episodes in a row, or we have sore muscles the next day because we worked out hard the day before to help us keep healthy bodies. But trade-off also works with business and with personal growth. And that's kind of where my focus is. I'm taking a lot of this from John Maxwell, who wrote a great chapter on this, and that's what's helping me develop my series this week. So, John, if you're out there, thank you very much for this. Now, in discussing the power of trade-offs, we first looked and figured out what for us is untradeable, that we would hold so sacred that we would not trade that for anything, and making sure that we protect that. Next, we talked about the fact that time is a very valuable asset, and time is something that we could trade as well. So we need to make good uses of that time. Then, trade-offs for us could create greater opportunities, and that was the next day. How we can potentially get greater opportunities for our trade-offs, even though there might be some short-term sacrifices. Today, I would like to speak about seizing the day. Realizing that if you do not have this trade-off, you might miss a great opportunity. Now, I'm a basketball fan. I love going out, coaching, watching, playing basketball. And it's one of my saddest things that even during his prime and when I was growing up, I did not see Michael Jordan play basketball. For me, if I were to do that now, I would trade a lot of things just to see the greatest basketball player, in my opinion, actually go out and play. And because of that, there are a number of things that I do want to see because I really enjoy them. So I'll go to concerts to see the legends because they may not come back around again. And I almost call it the reverse bucket list. It's not my bucket list of things, but the fact is a lot of the music legends that I like are growing old and they might retire, or something tragic might happen and they may not be around, and I might be able to miss those opportunities. It's very simple with business as well. For me, when I was growing up and younger in my first career as a commercial insurance broker, I met a good friend by the name of Gideon, and he was working his way up too. Gideon at that time was a CFO of a it was a decent sized software company. But he decided that he was going to change that and become CFO of a different company, one that you might have heard of. That company was Yahoo. So now my good friend Gideon is the CFO of Yahoo, and he hears throughout the office that there's a problem with their commercial insurance program. So because we're good friends, he picks up the phone and calls me and says, "Hey Bob, here's an opportunity for you. We would love to replace our existing relationship. If you could help us out, you could be the person that we would go to." So, sure enough, we got the troops together. We, in fact, got an expert from Texas to come all the way on out to meet with us. We had a great meeting in front of Gideon and a few of his other key people who would make the decision. Sure enough, that meeting went well. We were to proceed with our final proposal, which we were going to present roughly a month later. So, we were ready to present that final proposal. That 2 months had passed. We had done our homework. I knew the product well. I thought we were ready to go. Gideon, from his part, had been very supportive. He got the whole board of directors together. We were ready to have this meeting. We called a friend from Texas. Great. We were ready to get him out. Well, our friend from Texas couldn't make it. And at that point, we had the choice. We had the choice of still continuing on because I knew the program really well. I thought I would be able to go and be able to turn that around, but I wasn't an expert like he was. So we decided and made the decision not to present to Yahoo, but to try to reschedule that meeting. Well, unfortunately, we did not realize how difficult it was for them to get all of their select team members of their board to meet, especially to discuss this topic. And the truth of it was, even though we tried, and Gideon from his point tried again, we could not get that meeting was not scheduled. It never did occur. And we found out roughly 6 months later that they decided to, in fact, move their business, but not to us, but to another competitor. That was a trade-off moment for me where I could have gone back to them and said, you know what, we got this. There might be a few questions that we do not have the answers for, but I want to proceed. I want to make this proposal out there because I think we can do this and we can do a good job. We decided not to. We traded that opportunity, and sure enough, that opportunity went away. It didn't come back. So here is the drill. Trade-offs do come, and they happen all the time. But look for the once-in-a-lifetime trade-offs. And when those happen, try to do whatever you can to make sure you are ready for those. Make sure that you are able to make those happen. Because you might be kicking yourself, as I was, for missing Michael Jordan, or in the business side, missing Yahoo, by not seizing that moment and seizing that day. So this is Bob Paskins with the 2-minute motivational drill, encouraging you to engage in life, to let your light shine, and to be a champ. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.